On the record, Robin Holsinger.
This case number 22-CR-122, Dave Ohio versus Robin Holsinger. You're Robin Holsinger, attorney there in the jail. Right, this hearing is by jail review. Being conducted, the defendant's attorney by Zoom from the jail, or attorney is Dennis Kirk, attorney by Zoom from his office, and then also from the prosecutor's office and the assistant prosecutor. Okay, the defendant was arraigned on Tuesday on a 6-count indictment. The bond was set in the amount of $10,000 without counsel, so Rule 46 for the indictment review hearing. Mr. Kirk, anything you'd like to say regarding bond?
This case was basically kind of on the background again. It does look like this is the first felony case of this sort. I was looking at prior damage to a peer. Looked like she's able to residence less for this area of bond reduction or no harm.
Mr. King.
Thank you, Your Honor. David King, these charges, felony. The same case we heard on this program. Thank you.
Ms. Holsinger, is your full name Robin Elaine Holsinger? The last four of your social security number 6886. All right. Well, I have a report of Ohio court members, 12 cases, streaming law. Shows quite a few previous convictions and several prison terms being closed. And also shows failure to appear warrant 97 in Summit County, failure to appear warrant 93 in Summit County, several warrants and charges for misrepresenting identity, and there's entries from Cleveland, Canton, Stowe, Akron, Carolina, Summit County. So, given the extensive history outside of this county and the history of failure to appear, the criminal history, court feels that bond of $10,000 is not reasonable to short appearance. So, it will be. Your pre-trial is set for the 20th of July. Ms. Holsinger, so you're currently in touch with you before that. Thank you. All right. Okay, I need Mr. Carson, Ms. Bliss logging in now. Okay. All right, are you Thomas Parks there at the jail? Well, Marcia. Here's that was six. All right, case number 22-CR-49, State of Ohio versus Thomas Parks. Parks was carried by Luke jail. His attorney is Danielle Witt, also from the state, is attorney Adam King. His office. The defendant was arraigned on Tuesday on a charge of failure to comply with first-degree felony. And bond was set at $5,000. And Ms. Witt appointed to represent the defendant. Ms. Witt, same name regarding bond.
Yes, Your Honor, you asked for a reduction of bond or you have our bond. I have not had the opportunity to speak with Mr. Hirsch yet. I think he does have ties to the community and unaware of any previous failures it appears.
Mr. King?
Thank you, Your Honor. She would ask for the bond to be replaced. Note that this plaintiff failed to appear at the hearing of this case just before February 1st. The warrant of the issue for that. Not a check with the history of what happened. Yes, the court supervision convicted 16 anthrax robbery. Based on that, the state would look like $5,000 and
All right, well, based on the defendant's failure to appear at the preliminary hearing, plus the fact he is on PRC and does have previous prison sentences, bond will remain the same, $5,000, actually less than what I've normally set. This is historically been 10,000, so bond will remain the same. Mr. Kirk, you don't have any more videos, is what I don't think. Mr.
Rickman is vice president. I have Mr. Rickman.
Well, he's here. So, we'll not need it. Yeah, that's Mr. Rickman.
No, that was
Oh, I'm sorry.
people with Holsinger. Rickman's in jail.
Oh, okay, never mind. I thought that was Rickman report, so you're okay. Okay. Sorry.
If they've
All right,
got,
well, Ms. Witt, I understand you're going to cover for Mr. Armstrong?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, can you give Mr. Gillespie, Lieutenant Brown?
Yes.
if you want to do Rickman, if they can get him in there before the out of areas,
Yeah.
is Denny, he's covering that one, not Bolger, on the Rickman. Denny's down as on one case and Bolger's on the other case, but
All right. Case of 220145, State Driver versus Sean Michael Gillespie. You're Sean Michael Gillespie.
Yes, I am.
All right, this is a bond review hearing. Mr. Gillespie was arraigned on Tuesday, I believe, or actually Wednesday, and bond was set. His attorney was appointed as Mr. Armstrong. He's not available with this witness. When you fill in for him, she's there in her office and appearing from the prosecutor's office. Mr. King, defendant was indicted on police assault, peace officer, grand theft, motor vehicle, and aggravated possession of felony, and bond was set down $25,000. So, with anything like to say regarding the bond review?
Yes, sir. I think that's important for reduction and just doing a very quick search. I haven't had a chance to talk with them. I did not see any previous convictions in this court, and I don't think he does have place.
Mr. King?
Thank you, Your Honor. State that $5,000 in place, count one being first, was obviously serious or, on a full check, with them that just in 2020 in this court, we made the way here. Based on that, the state would ask for notice.
Right. Based upon the nature of these charges, the criminal history, and the defendant had previously served first time, the court will leave bond in place. Your attorney will be in touch with you, Mr. Gillespie. We have a pre-trial set for you, I believe, on the 20th in 2 weeks. Thank you.
Who's my attorney?
Your attorney is Mr. Armstrong. He was not available this morning, that's why this witness covering for him, but he will be representing you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Do you have any witnesses you're going to need on the Rickman case, Mr. King? Because we're, we can go ahead and get him done. We'll need Mr. Rickman next, Lieutenant Brown.
Based on my conversation with Mr. Kerr, I believe that would be necessary.
All right, well, as soon as they get him in there, we'll go ahead and move forward then. And I have two hearings at 9 a.m. that are videos of the institution. Mr. Moore and Mr. Tyson, so.
are those Zooms or on the bridge, Judge?
Anything from the prison has to be bridged.
Okay.
They're not Zoom yet. All right, are you Bryson Rickman? All right, we have two cases involving Mr. Rickman, 220962, 220994. Both state of Ohio versus Bryson Lee Rickman. Mr. Rickman is appearing from the jail. The hearing can be conducted by Zoom. His attorney is Dennis Kirk. Appearing in office by Zoom, representing states, Assistant Prosecutor King, also appearing by Zoom. Mr. Kirk, you and your client both agreed to this hearing being conducted by Zoom, rather than he required me to brought before the court, personally.
Yes, Your Honor.
Right. The defendant was convicted of aggravated trafficking in a fentanyl-related compound in case number 22CR94, 2 counts, and count 1 and count 3, and then also aggravated trafficking in a fentanyl-related compound. The other case, 62, count 1, and he was placed on control June 1st. There was a notification filed in this case, the magistrate apparently, while I was off, notified Mr. Rickman on the 29th of June, and alleged that he violated Rule 7. And that he had a number of failed drug screens, that prescription 66, 67, 69 for fentanyl, marijuana, 614, fentanyl, marijuana, cocaine, morphine. Rule 19, he left passing out without permission on 624.2. He was there for 4 days, he had a 20 and left on 24. The defendant notified Mr. Kirk appointed to represent him. Matter set for an evidentiary hearing today. All right, Mr. Kirk, we had an opportunity to consult with your client about these proceedings.
I have, Your Honor, I was never concerned with the hearing, that we should waive that right.
All right. Mr. Rickman, each of these offenses are fourth degree felonies which carry a potential sentence of between 6 and 18 months, and the second sentence is imposed on all three, that would be 54 months possible. You have the right to have a hearing, which is legally required, and that is proof of the court to commit these violations. You have rights to enter attorney cross-examination. You also may testify in your behalf, whether you're not required. If you admit to these violations, or if there's a hearing and you're found committed those after the hearing, and actually evidence, then one of 3 things can happen. Continue to control of the same condition previously ordered. Continue with additional conditions that make for prohibition. Or the third and most serious is that I can vote to control, as I said, since you 26 and 54 months, plus I could find you as much as $50,000. You understand all that? You understand your right to hear? And has anyone promised you anything or threatened you in any way to get you to admit to these violations? Do you have any questions about the charges? You understand them? Okay. All right, and do you admit or deny the allegations as filed in the June 29th notification? Right. Well, it's a pretty short period of control without or violating Mr. Balser. Anything you'd like to say regarding the disposition of this?
Thank you, Your Honor. That's a serious question. Particularly the violation occurred. Been on duty for very long. Graduated from the last 2 days. Has consistently and over testimony on the defendant. With all that being said, the station case ultimately did not shot as the case forward, which then we have last
Kirk, anything you'd like to say?
Thank you, Your Honor. We did discuss the issue with my client, and obviously 5 days of needing treatment. He reports to me that he was at a Massey house that some racial slurs were made at him, and that he was assaulting one, doing anything that getting set off, and he relapsed prior to treatment, and so he walked away from treatment, and reports to me he contacted the probation department right away. little late, and also turned himself in. With that, asked the person to continue to be in control, and I was already under a treatment option that was being recommended.
He did turn himself in, Mr. Paul.
Yes, sir.
Anything you'd like to say, Mr. Ricker? Mr. Rickman, I think that it's doubtful that you're really serious about getting treatment. It's easy to make an excuse for something not to do. You've said you've been drinking and using drugs since you were in your teens, early teens, and you've had a lot of history of abusing drugs. The high school don't have any, don't seem to have much in the way of any plans for your life, and that's very concerning. So I'm going to give you a chance to see, Mr. Burke, review. I think okay, there we go. It has some feedback to show it was no inconvenience now, so all right. So, because this is your first felony conviction, I am going to give you one more chance. And so, as the order of court control be continued, additional conditions will be that you successfully complete STAR. Will remain in jail until you go STAR. And you also must successfully complete aftercare. Now, STAR is a lockdown facility, so you can't walk away from it. But I tell you right now, if you do not successfully complete STAR, when I say successfully complete, that means what it says, successfully complete. Complete means 100%, not 90%, not 98%, not 99%, 100%. And if you get kicked out of STAR, then that will most likely be considered a violation of your community control. If that happens, this is your last chance. You're going to go to prison. So that's make up your mind, focus on your recovery, and there are going to be difficulties out there, and I'm sure that I know there's still people out there that are narrow-minded and use racial slurs, and I'm sorry that you have to go through that. You can't let that be an excuse for relapsing and not doing what you're supposed to do. It's not a justification. My dad used to say 2 wrongs don't make a right. And so, if you don't complete it, you better expect to be going to prison. Alright, do you have any questions? Alright, anything for the council? Alright, thank you. Alright, we have the videos here coming up at 9 o'clock. I think you're on 1 or 2 of those, Mr. Kirk. Alright, we'll see you both here shortly. Alright, Joshua Moore is Daniel Witt. Alright. Hey, This is interesting, it says, waiting participants back and more about, and he's on the back of eyesight, I think, but I know that's not Mr. Ice. All right. Case number 220107, State of Ohio versus Joshua Moore. You are Joshua Moore there, sir? Can you speak up, please? All right, thank you. We're showing a split screen where I can, for the record, Mr. Moore is appearing on the screen that says MACI Ison. And then there's another one that says waiting for MACI Moore, so he's just under the wrong screen, but I know this is not Mr. Ison. All right, case number 220107, Mr. Ison's charged, or Mr. Moore is charged with aggravated possession of methamphetamine. The state is represented in court by Assistant Prosecutor King, and also Mr. Moore's attorney, Daniel Witt, is also present in the courtroom. The charge, the third degree felony, and this over, I said, fifth degree felony, looking at the wrong field of my bifocals. There's a final pretrial sentence July 27, and a trial sentence August 22nd. Now, I see Mr. Witt has provided with the discovery and the bill of particulars. You haven't got your discovery yet, though.
No, that's correct.
And again, if you had a chance to talk to him yet.
No, not yet.
Okay. All right. Your discovery will be due by the final pretrial, and anticipating pretrial motions, Ms. Witt.
No, none at this time.
Okay. And it's been a written plea offer provided.
Yes, it has.
Okay. All right. Well, let's do this. I'll go ahead and vacate the courtroom and let you talk, Mr. Moore here for a couple minutes, and when we're done, I think we'll switch over to Mr. Rice.
Okay, thank you.
So everyone will go off record, and Table versus Ronald C. Ison, case number 2201. You are Ronald C. Ison, appearing there from the institution.
Yes, sir.
All right, this is a pre-trial. Mr. Ison's attorney is Dennis Kerr. He is present in the courtroom. Also present in the courtroom is Assistant Prosecutor King. Defendant is charged with 3 counts of aggravated trafficking in a fentanyl-related compound, 1 in the school zone, actually 2 in the school zone, and 3 counts of aggravated possession of fentanyl-related compound, plus a corporate specification. This is a first pretrial. The final pretrial is set for, I believe that is July the 27th in person, and trial is set for the 22nd of August. See that there have been discovery and bill of papers provided to the defendant, defense counsel, I should say, and Mr. Kirk, have you filed your discovery yet?
I have not yet, Your Honor.
All right, you're to do the final pre-trial, and the anticipated pre-trial motion.
Not at this time.
All right, has been originally out provided.
There's been one provided, yes.
Have you had a chance to meet with client yet?
I have not.
All right, well, I'll give you a chance to talk to them. Anything else from the attorney that you need to discuss at this point?
Clear.
All right, Mr. Eisen, let's talk to your attorney here for a few minutes, and we'll have you brought back for the 27th.
All right, thank you,
All
sir.
right, thank you. All right. Step down then. If you would try to keep about 5 minutes, and I got
Yeah, I've got to be
6
out.
arraignments waiting out the jail.
I've got to be out of this court anyway, so.
All right.
up first.
Whoa, what happened there? Huh, lost the call. Okay, sorry about that, we actually got a malfunction up here. You Robert Bolthouse?
Yes, I am.
Alright, this is case number 22 CR 150, State of Ohio versus Robert Bolthouse. Bolthouse was indicted by the grand jury yesterday, along with 3 co-defendants. Looks like Mr. Bolthouse are charged in count 9 and 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Okay. Count 9 is aggravated traffic and fentanyl-related compound, which alleges that on or about November 3rd, 2021, this county, you knowingly sold Rockville fentanyl-related compound in the city of school zone. Count 10 is possession, alleges that you possess the same amount, or the same thing on that date. Count 11 alleges that you sold fentanyl in Hines County on about November 15, 2021. Count 12 alleges you possessed it on that same date. Count 13 alleges that on or about November 15, when you alleged to committee counts 11 and 12, you had a firearm on or about your person. All committee has that. Count 14 is alleges that you committed about November 15, 2021. You are the owner, operator, person charged with vehicles. You committed to be used for commission of felony drug abuse offense, aggravated trafficking, and felony. Now, counts 9. Count 9 is a third-degree felony which carries a possible prison term between 9 and 36 months, $5 to $10,000. Count 10, 12, and 14 are all fifth-degree felonies. Carry possible prison term 26 to 12 months, fine $2,500. Count 11 is a fourth-degree felony. Carry possible prison term 26 to 18 months, fine $5,000. All of those have possible license suspension 6 months to 5 years. And count 3, the gun specification carries a mandatory term. I believe that one would be 1 year. Yeah, I believe that was 1 year. Then you're entitled to have an attorney to represent you. And if you don't have funds to hire on the court will appointment for you, so you have to go out a financial disclosure statement. Everything on this correct?
Yes.
And you're on Social Security disability? Or
Yes, I am.
Alright, what is the condition for which you're on the disability?
I've got a broken back.
Okay. Alright. And you've not been in court on this one, this case previously?
No, I'm not doing it for all.
Alright. Alright. Alright, the court will appoint an attorney, with to represent you. And in the absence of counsel, I'll enter a not guilty plea on your behalf. So the bail review hearing for Monday the 11th at 9 a.m. First pre-trial will be August the 3rd at 1 p.m. It'll be a Zoom hearing. Final pre-trial will be September 7th at 1 p.m. a Zoom, and trial date will be September 19th at 8 a.m. Bond will be set in the amount of $10,000 plus your oath of cognizance, which is your promise to appear. And if you fail to appear, then you could be prosecuted for additional felony and convicted. Sentenced on that regardless of what happened in this case. You'll be required to pay a deposit of $171 before you're released to cover certain statutorily required fees. If you make that bond, you'll get a pre-trial supervision probation department, 117 East Main Street. You'll report to them immediately on your release. You'll be required to report to them once a week for 4 weeks, and after that, if they determine for a drug testing in their order, provide phone numbers to all self-employer. It is recommended by the probation department to evaluate the substitution of mental health issues, and treatments indicated to roll and call that their intensive action. You also get a house arrest at your residence. You can have either at all times, whether you're working or to and from work, medical appointments, court proceedings, in this or any other case. May also go to appointments with an attorney or probation officer in this or any other case. Go to church services, attend any kind of educational programming. Other than that, you have to do it at all times, and if you fail to comply, then the bond will be revoked. You can be held until further order. You have any questions, Mr. Bullhouse?
Yes, Your Honor. I previously was in TCC down by Portsmouth, and I'm 16 days clean, and I was supposed to go back there tomorrow. I just came up to take care of my finance, but somebody broke into my hand, so I went back.
Well, talk to your attorney about that. We'll consider that. We'll have a bond review hearing Monday morning, and if you want to give him or her a call, maybe they'll talk to her today. She may be coming out to jail. I know she was just here in court. Several attorneys are headed out to the jail, out to the court, so you may be able to talk to her about that. Now, you bring up the bail review hearing yet? Right, thank you. Alright. Are you Christopher L. Pence? Alright, this case number 22, CR 152, General Ohio versus Christopher L. Pence. Pence was indicted by the grand jury yesterday along with several co-defendants. It looks like he was indicted in counts 1 through 4, and it looks like count 1 is aggravated possession of fentanyl-related compound. Count 2 is aggravated possession of meth. Count 3 is trafficking of drugs. Count 4 is possession of drugs. Count 1 alleges that on or about March 12th of 2021, you and Amber Coyle possessed fentanyl. Count 5, count 2 alleges on the same date, 2 of you possessed methamphetamine. Count 3. Just be quiet, that does find you the charge. Count 3 is alleged on or about December 18th that you only sold or offered to sell Norfolk. And count 4 alleges that on or about December 18th you normally possess that. Now, counts 1, 2, and 3 are 53 felonies, very possible prison term that convicted of 26 to 12 months. And a fine of $2,500. count 4 is the first degree misdemeanor, repairs in jail term of 6 months, $100,000. And the first 3 counts also carry possible life suspension, 6 months to 5 years. You're entitled to have an attorney to represent you. If you can't afford to hire one, we'll appoint one for you. And I see you have filled out a financial disclosure form. Is everything on this form correct?
Yes, sir.
When's the last time you were employed?
I do work, but it's just, I get paid in cash, so technically it's not a payroll. I don't have a job.
Where's that? Did you get paid to work?
I just work part-time.
I asked where or who? Who's your employer?
Peter Borcher.
Alright, and how much you get paid?
It just depends on work. I might not work for a month, I might work for, a few weeks straight.
Alright,
I had work all the next few, this week, I was going to work when I got.
alright, that's good enough. Okay, I'll find that you're entitled to appointed counsel. Is this the first time you've been in court on this case?
Yes, sir.
Alright. Alright, the court will appoint, Sarah Barger of Hillsborough, Ohio, will represent you. And in the absence of counsel, under a, not guilty plea on your behalf. You served 1 previous prison term?
Yes, sir.
Alright, bond will be set, bail review hearing will be set Monday morning, the 11th at 9 o'clock. First pre-trial will be set for August 3rd at 1 p.m. by Zoom. Final pre-trial will be September the 7th at 1 o'clock by Zoom. And trial will be set for September the 26th at 8 a.m. Bond will be set at the amount of $2,500 plus your recognizance. If your current promise to appear, if you fail to appear, you could be prosecuted for official felony. No matter what happens in this case, you'll be required to pay a deposit prior to release of $171 for statutorily required fees. You make one, you'll be under pre-trial supervision probation department, 117 Main Street, report that immediately upon your release. And then once you leave for 4 weeks after that same term, under random drug testing, provide phone numbers from home self-employer, and recommended by probation, you can evaluate the substance mental health issues. Any treatments indicated, parole letters followed after intensity of this action. You'll also be under house arrest at your residence at 6735 or 55.
35.
6735 Pethermore Trail. You have to be there all the time unless you're working. Only to and from work. Medical appointments, court proceedings, this or any other case, appointment with an attorney, probation officer, this or any other case, may also attend any kind of educational programming. Also, you can attend church services, other than that, you have to be there all the time. And if you fail to comply with that, then the court could revoke or actually order your release or arrest and have you held until further order of the court. You have any questions?
I do. I also need to make a statement or talk to
No, we
my
don't need to
lawyer.
make a statement. I asked you if you had any questions. If you have any questions, I'll answer. Other than that, you keep silent until you talk to your attorney.
Okay, question then, Your Honor, I'm sorry. I have 5 F5s in Clinton County.
You what?
You know, I have 5 F5s also in Clinton County that are previous from this. Do you know how I would go about those as well?
So I'm glad to attorney or that court over there. We don't have anything to do with that. If you have a holder on you, the income gets you, but you just have to talk to somebody over there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I just hope those four, put in the thanks of it.
Are you in for 12?
Yes, sir.
Case number 22-153, State of Ohio versus Neighbor Coyle. Ms. Coyle, you were indicted in a multi-count indictment along with 3 other defendants yesterday by the grand jury. You were indicted in count 1, which alleges that you and Mr. Pence on or about March 12th of last year only obtained, possessed, or used fentanyl related compound. Count 2 alleges on about the same day in this county you only obtained, possessed, or used methamphetamine. Count 5 alleges that on or about November 4, 2021 in this county that Teresa Ann Sharp and you only sold drops of methamphetamine. And then count 6 alleged on or about the same day that 2 of you only possessed that methamphetamine. Counts 1, 2, and 6, 53 felonies, very possible prison term between 6 to 12 months, fine $2,500 convicted. Count 5 is 4-3 felony, very possible prison term between 6 and 18 months, fine $5,000 convicted. There's also possible license suspension, 6 months to 5 years for each of those offenses. Now, you're entitled to have an attorney to represent you, and you can afford to hire one court will appoint one for you. And I believe you filled out a financial disclosure form. Is everything on this form correct?
Yes, sir.
When's the last time you were employed?
I did seasonal work at Snowhill, and I haven't went back to work this season yet. That was,
Where was it?
Snowhill.
Okay. Have you been in court and discharged previously?
No, sir.
All right. The court might your title appointed counsel. I'll appoint Attorney Danielle Witt to represent you. And in the absence of counsel, I'll enter a non-guilty plea on your behalf. Will be a bail review hearing Monday morning, 11 at 9 a.m. First pre-trial will be August 3rd at 1 p.m. on Zoom. Final pre-trial will be September the 7th at 1 p.m. Friday will be September the 26th at 8 a.m. Final consent amount of $2,500 plus your cognizance, which is your time to appear. You have a very good prosecution for additional felony. And if convicted sentence of that matter act in this case, will also be required to pay a deposit of $171 in certain statutory required fees prior to release. May bond would be under pre-trial supervision probation department, 117 East Main Street. We report that immediately upon your release. We require to report that once a week for 4 weeks, and after that, as they determine, and for random drug testing in the order, provide phone numbers from home self-employer, not have any contact with Mr. Pence. I recommend my probation, you evaluate substance abuse and mental health issues, and the treatment indicated. You'll roll in and follow that for Pence in this action. Also, again, house arrest. You have to be at your residence at 6193 Roundhead Road, Indiana, at all times. Unless you're working, going from work, medical appointments, court proceedings, this or any other case, appointment with attorney information for this or any other case, you go to kind of schooling, job training, college classes, GED classes, etc. You go to church services. And then I have to be there all the time. You fail to provide, work with, go that long, and help for the work. your attorney for appointment. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right, thank you.
One and two. Is that what you?
I'm talking a little bit. Not sure.
All right, are you Michael Barber?
Yes.
Next case number 22, CR 154, Dave Lyon versus Michael Barber. Mr. Barber, you were indicted by the grand jury yesterday, along with several other co-defendants. It looks like you were indicted in counts 7 and 8. Count 7 is aggravated traffic methamphetamine, and alleges that on or about October 16th of last year, that Teresa Ann Sharp and you knowingly sold or offered methamphetamine. Count 8 alleges on or about the same day you possessed that. Those are both, well, count 7 is a 4th degree felony, which if convicted carries possible prison term between 6 and 14 months, and a fine of, 6 and 18 months, and a fine of $5,000. And the other count is a 5th degree felony, which carries a possible prison term if convicted between 6 and 12 months, and a fine of $25,000. You are entitled to have an attorney to represent you, and I see you have filled out a financial disclosure form. Looks like the officer assisted you with that. You have any, is everything on the, well, let me ask you, are you working?
No, I'm disabled.
All right, you're getting Social Security. Are you getting any disability?
Yes.
Okay. SSI?
Yes.
All right. All right, well, the court then will find that you are entitled to appointed counsel. And I will appoint, let's see, appoint attorney William Armstrong to represent you, and in the absence of counsel, I'll enter a not guilty plea on your behalf. We will set a bail review hearing for Monday morning, the 11th, 9 a.m. First pretrial will be August the 3rd, 1 p.m. by Zoom. Final pretrial will be September the 7th, 1 p.m. by Zoom. Trial date will be September 26th at 8 a.m. in person. As long as we set the amount of $2,500, plus your recognizance that your crimes will appear. If you fail to appear, then could be prosecuted for additional felony. And if convicted, sentenced on that matter will happen in this case. You'll be required to pay a deposit of $107 for statutory required fees prior to release. To make bond, you will be under pretrial supervision of the probation department. You're reported there immediately after court or after release. And then once a week, 4 weeks after that, as they determine, undergo random drug testing they may order by home, compliments from homestone employer, and no contact with Amber Boyle, Gracie Sharp. Or Christopher Pence. If recommended by probation, you'll be evaluated for substance abuse and mental health issues. And treatments indicated, you can roll in, follow that for commencing this action. You'll also be under house arrest at your residence, 66, 67, Golden, Golden D, Lane in Hillsborough. You have to be there all the time, unless you're working, going to and from work, unable to find the court proceedings in this or any other case. Point for the further probation officer in this or any other case. Then any kind of schooling, job training, educational programming, or church services, other than that, you have to be there all the time. If you fail to comply, the court could revoke that bond and have you held till further order. You have any questions, Mr. Barber?
No.
All right, thank you. Notify your attorney of this appointment and have a jail review hearing Monday. Are you Teresa Ann Sharp?
Yes, sir.
Alright, this is case number 22 CR 155. State of Ohio versus Teresa Ann Sharp. Ms. Sharp prepared on video from the Justice Center. Ms. Sharp, you were indicted by the grand jury yesterday on 3 co-defendants. So you were indicted in counts 5 through 16. Count 5 is aggravated trafficking in methamphetamine. Alleged runner about November 4, you and a can of oil only sold or offered to sell methamphetamine in this county. Count 6 alleged on about the same day you possessed it. Count 7 also alleged on about October 16, 2021, you and Michael Carter sold methamphetamine. Count 8 alleged on about the same day you possessed it. Count 9 alleged that on or about March 19, 2021, you sold or offered to sell methamphetamine. Count 10 alleged on the same day you don't possess that. Count 11 alleges that on or about August 14, 2021, you only sold methamphetamine. Count 12 alleges on the same day you possessed that. Count 13 alleges on or about August 16, 2021, you only sold methamphetamine. Count 14 alleges on about the same day you don't possess that. Count 15 alleges on or about September 10, 2021, you only sold or offered to sell methamphetamine. And then count 16 alleges that you on about the same day you possessed it. Now, all of the aggravated trafficking charges reported for your felonies, share a possible prison term for the victim, 26 to 18 months, and a fine of $5,000. The aggravated possession charges each are 53 felony, carry a possible prison term of 26 at 12 months, and a fine of $25. You are entitled to have an attorney to represent you, and you can't afford to hire one for you. I believe you filled out a financial disclosure form as well. Everything on this form correct?
Yes, sir.
Alright, you're on SSI?
Yes.
Alright. Court will find it as your indigent, I'll appoint attorney Jacob Wagner, the Hillsborough, to represent you and are not going to play on your behalf. The bail review hearing for Monday the 11th at 9 a.m. I assume the first pre-trial will be August 3rd at 1 p.m. I assume. The final pre-trial will be September 7th at 1 p.m. I assume. And the trial will be September 26th at 8 a.m. That will be in person. On the set, you have $5,000 plus other coverages. Sheriff promise to appear, fail to appear, could be prosecuted for additional felony if convicted, sentenced on aggravated after investigation, be required to pay a $171 deposit prior to release of statutory required fees. If you make bail, you're reported to the probation department on 17 East Main Street, immediately upon release. And then after that, once a week, 4 weeks, and then if they determine that we'll grant drug testing in order by number for both employee and those contacts any of the co-defendants in this case. If recommended by probation, will be evaluated for substance abuse and health issues, and treatment indicated, all that. For Tennessee detention, will also get a house arrest for residents, 26 East Lily, Lot 10, Hillsborough. He has to be there all the time, does the work, he's going to put drug work, medical appointments, court proceedings, and the other case, appointments with attorney, probation officers, that are education, also depending on school, education program, or church services, other than that, they have to be there all the time. And if you fail to comply, then the court will revoke that law and you fail to sort of the work of the court. Do you have any questions, Ms. Sharp?
No, sir.
All right, we'll notify your attorney of your disappointment and we'll have your bail review hearing done for all things. Travis Lemon.
Yes, sir.
All right, this case number 22-CR-156, State of Ohio, Mr. Travis Lemon. Lemon is appearing from the jail video. Lemon, you were indicted by the grand jury yesterday on 6 offenses. The first one is trafficking heroin, alleged that on or about November 1st last year, you knowingly sold or offered to sell heroin. Count 2, alleged that on or about the same date, you knowingly possessed a fentanyl-related compound. Count 3, alleged on or about November 5, 2021, you knowingly sold or offered to sell fentanyl-related compound. Count 4, alleged on or about the same date, you possessed that same compound. Count 5, alleged on or about November 19th last year, in this county, you sold or offered to sell fentanyl-related compound. Then count 6, alleged on or about the same date, possessed that. Now, counts 1, 2, 4, and 6 are all 5th degree felonies, which carry a possible prison term convicted of between 6 and 12 months, and a fine of $2,500. And the other counts, 4th degree felonies, those carry a possible prison term convicted of between 6 and 18 months, and a fine of $5,000. All of them carry a possible prison term, license suspension of between 6 months and 5 years. So you are entitled to have an attorney to represent you. If you cannot afford to hire an attorney, court will appoint one for you. I believe you did fill out a financial disclosure form. Is everything on this form correct? Is everything on this form correct? Okay, it says you're making about $550 to $650 a month. Where are you working?
That's the past maybe 4 months. Since it's been warmer out, I'm able to actually, work on my aunt's house, which is on our property. And she's wanting to do that and pay me to work on the property, and my neighbor's wanting his house done, so.
Right, so you basically just been doing odd jobs yourself?
Yes, sir.
All right. Court then will find that you're entitled to appoint counsel.
What is it?
I will appoint Attorney Dennis Kirk for you, and the absence counsel enter a non-guilty plea on your behalf. Have you been previously convicted of a felony?
I've never had a felony.
Alright. The court will set your first retrial for August the 3rd at 2:30 p.m. Final pre-trial will be September the 7th, 1 p.m. I'm sorry, 2:30 p.m. And your your trial date will be September 26th at 8 a.m. Going to release you under an oath of recognizance, which is your promise will appear. If you fail to appear, then you could be prosecuted for additional felony, and if convicted, sentenced on that, no matter what happens in this case. You'll be required to pay a deposit of $171 within 30 days to the clerk, and that's a secure payment of statutorily required fees. You'll be under pretrial supervision of the probation department at 117 Main Street. You're to report to them immediately upon your release. You're required to report to them once a week for 4 weeks. After that, as they determine. Undergo random drug testing that they order, provide phone for home self-employer. Recommended by probation, you'll be evaluated for substance abuse and mental health issues as many treatments indicated. You're to enroll in and follow that during the pendency of this action. You'll also be under house arrest at your residence at 69 Overtree Hill Road, Middletown. Means you have to be there at all times unless you're working, going to and from work, medical appointments, court proceedings, in this or any other case, appointment with an attorney or probation officer in this or any other case. Also go to any kind of educational programs, job training, etc. And church services. Other than that, you have to be there all the time. If you don't comply, then the court could revoke that bond and have you held for further order of the court. Any questions, Mr. Levin?
So there is a chance that I can, still, get out today, and so I gotta figure something out.
Order you to be released. Yeah, OR means that you're gonna sign that bond and be released today. You go to the probation department immediately while you're released.
Thank you very much.
All right. Tiffany Green. Next. All right, are you Tiffany L. Green?
Yes, I am.
All right, this case number 22 CR 157, Dave Ohio versus Tiffany L. Green. Mr. Reed's occurring from the Justice Center by video. You were indicted, Ms. Green, along with two co-defendants yesterday by the grand jury. You were indicted in case counts number 3 to 8 and 15 to 2. You're indicted count 3 for aggravated trafficking in methamphetamine presented to school with Mr. Miller. Alleged that on or about October 1st of last year, the two of you sold rock and methamphetamine. The amount equal to the city involved amount, less than 5 times that amount, and presented to school. That's a second-degree felony, which carries the mandatory prison term between 2 and 8 years set by the judge, with up to an additional 50% being added on by the Department of Corrections, and a fine of $15,000. Now, 4 alleged on or about the same day to possess that. Count 5 alleges that on or about September 29 of last year, Mr. Miller, you only sold the rock and methamphetamine. Count 6 alleges on about the same day to possess it. Count 4 is a third-degree felony, which carries a possible prison term between 9 and 36 months, fine $10,000. Count 5 is a fourth-degree felony, carries count 6, I should say. Count 5. Count 4 is aggravated possession, I'm sorry. Count 5 is aggravated trafficking, that's fourth-degree felony, and that's 6 to 18 months, fine of $5,000. Count 6 is aggravated possession of the same date as count 5, fifth-degree felony, and that's 6 to 12 months, fine $25. Count 7 alleges that on or about October 6th last year in this county, he sold rock methamphetamine also city involved vicinity school zone. That's a second-degree felony, same penalty as count 3. Count 8 alleges you possessed on that day, and that's third-degree felony, same penalty as I described earlier. And then count 15 alleges that count 15 and 16 are both committing drug abuse, and alleged on or about October 1, 2021, count 15 that you knowingly committed a vehicle to use and felony drug abuse offense. And count 16 alleged on about October 3rd, he did the same thing. Those are both fifth-degree felonies. Count 17 is another charge, aggravated trafficking in school. Alleged occurred on October 17, 2021. That's also a second-degree felony. Count 18 is a third-degree felony, aggravated possession date of that same day as 17. Count 19 is aggravated trafficking methamphetamine. That is alleged on about October 19. They only sold rock, so that in a matter of overall less than 5 times. Count 20 alleged on the same day to possess that. Count 21 alleged on about October 22, 2021. You only sold rock, so that's going to be now you can prove the city ball. That's 5 times ball considered school, school, and count 22 alleged about the same day to possess that amount. So you have several secondary felonies, and those are mandatory earned by the way, no early release or community control probation. You're entitled to have an attorney to represent you, and if you cannot afford to hire one, the court will appoint one for you. And so you have filled out the financial disclosure form. Is everything on that form looking at correct? Everything on that part, correct?
As far as I know,
Okay. You're not working?
no, I'm not.
When was the last time you were employed?
About 2 months.
All right. Court will find that your title appointed counsel appointment for William Martin Crawford represents you. The absence of counsel will utter a non-guilty plea on your behalf. We will set a bail review hearing for Monday morning, the 11th of July at 9 a.m. First pre-trial will be August the 17th at 1 p.m. by Zoom. Final pre-trial will be September the 7th at 1 p.m. by Zoom. Your trial will be set for September the 26th at 8 a.m. That will be in person. Bond will be set in the amount of $20,000 plus OR bond, which is your responsible here. If you fail to appear, you could be prosecuted for additional felony. Be required to pay a bond of $171 to cover statutory required fees prior to being released. If you make bond, you report to the probation department at 117 Main Street immediately after your release. We'll report to them once a week for 4 weeks, and after that, as they determine that we'll arrange drug testing in the order. Provide phone numbers for home, self-employer. Have no contact with co-defendants. Recommended by probation, evaluate substance abuse, mental health issues, and treatment indicated. Roll in and follow that for intensive action. You also get a house arrest for residents at 1-6 West Josie in Hillsborough, meaning you have to be there all the time. Unless you're working, going to and from work, medical appointments, court proceedings, necessary other case, appointments with an attorney or probation officer, necessary other case, and educational programming, job training, etc. You may also attend church services. Other than that, you have to be there all the time. And if you fail to comply, then the court could revoke that law and have you fail to go further or report. Do you have any questions, Ms. Green? Thanks. All fine here. Case number 22-0159, in Ohio versus Thomas Barney Jr. You're Thomas Barney Jr.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Barney, you were indicted by the grand jury yesterday, along with 2 other co-defendants. And it looks like you were indicted in counts 1 and 2, and 11 through 14. Count 1 alleges that on or about October 1st of last year in this county, that Anthony Miller Review knowingly sold off to methamphetamine in an amount equal to exceeding ball 105 times ball in the vicinity of school. Count 2 alleges on about the same date that he possessed that about. Count 11 alleges that on or about October 3rd, 2021, he did the same thing, charged in count 1. Aggravated traffic incident in the school zone. Count 12, alleged on or about the same day, October 3rd, that's that amount set forth in count 11. Count 13, alleged on or about October 8th, 2021, he only sold her off himself methamphetamine, same overall, that's a 5 times ball in the school. And count 14, alleged on or about October 8th, 2021, is purpose deprived the unattached passport property and only intended to control over that by deception with $155 currency. Now, count 1, 11, and 13 are all second-degree felonies. Mr. Barney was carried in for a prison term of at least 2 years, up to 8 years, set by the judge. Possibility of additional period up to 50% being added to that sentence by the Department of Corrections. There's a fine of $15,000, possible life suspension, 6 months to 5 years. And then the Other accounts are third degree felonies, the possession, and those are punishable by between 136 months and a fine of $10,000. And count 14, theft charge, misdemeanor was very possible. 6 months to be a $1,000 fine. All the drug offenses very possible license and 6 months, 5 years. And you're entitled to have an attorney to represent you, Mr. Barney, and you can afford to hire one, formal appointment for you. And I think I saw it. Yeah, there is a nice disclosure form. You, is everything on this form correct?
Yes, sir.
Alright. When was the last time you worked?
Actually, just put an application in for a job and had an interview, Tuesday, and got the job, and now I got this.
Alright. So the court will find you're entitled to appoint counsel. I'll appoint Attorney Jacob Wagner to represent you. In the absence of an attorney, I will enter a non-guilty plea on your behalf. We will set a bail review hearing for you Monday morning at 9 a.m. That's the 11th. We might Zoom. Your first pre-trial will be August the 17th at 1 p.m. by Zoom. Pre-trial will be September 7th at 1 p.m. by Zoom. Your trial date will be September 26th at person at 8 a.m. On be set. First case in the amount of $20,000 plus your own recognizance, which is your promise to appear. If you fail to appear, then you would be subject to prosecution for additional felony. And if convicted, sentenced, you can be sentenced on that no matter what happens in this case. You'll also be required to pay a deposit of $171 to secure statutory required fees. You'll get the bank bond. You'll be under pretrial supervision of the probation department. You're reporting them immediately upon your release. Within once a week for 4 weeks, and then after that, as they determine, they go right to drug tests as they order, by order from home self-employer. Not having contact with the defendant. If recommended by probation, you evaluate for substance abuse and/or mental health issues, and any treatment indicated will enroll in and fall after intensity of this action. And also get their house arrest at your residence at 6715 Golden Lane, Hillsborough. Which means that you must be there at all times while you're working. Do front work, medical appointments, court proceedings, in this or any other case, appointments of attorney or probation officer, in this or any other case. We also attend church services and any kind of education programming. If you fail to comply with those conditions, then the court would revoke bond and held till further report. Do you have any questions, Mr. Barney? All right, we'll notify your attorney of his appointment, and there'll be a bail review hearing Monday morning. Okay. All right. Well, is that everybody, Lieutenant?
Yeah, that's everybody.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Coleman versus Howard. One of us alarmed me with that, Mr. I didn't have a prior. 22CE042, Shannon M. Coleman, Martin D. Murray versus Nathan Allen, and Nathan Allen, DBA NC Court. Plaintiff's present represented by Ann Dillon. The defendant is not present. The defendant was served with the complaint March 28th, 2022, and unless that's served on NC. Actually, it was served on March 24th. NC was served. And then on March 14th, Mr. Allen was served personally. That one was filed on March 23rd, before the other was filed on March 28th. But both defendants have been served. The defendants then moved, plaintiff then moved for a wrong judgment. The court said the matter for hearing today on damages, since Mr. Allen and the NCA recalled unpaid judgment liability. The matter was set for damages hearing only. Mr. Allen is not present or representing NC. The matter was ordered to be heard at 10 a.m. Now, actually 10:07. We'll let you see. Ms. Fitz?
I would first, by the approach, I do have a book with
Good.
the
All right, yes, okay.
on the front cover is a plaintiff's exhibit list. Inside are all the exhibits to be entered, as well as the opening cover is a summary of damages for the court honor.
We're going to have a witness list form.
And then first, I'd like to call Sheena Coleman.
Yeah, all right. I'm sorry, I asked you now, Shannon, sorry. Raise your right hand. You saw me swear the testimony about giving the truth, whole truth, nothing but yourself.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to ask you to testify up there because it's a little harder for me to hear you down there. So, with that witness, see their witness stand and see the microphone, red light, that's on the sliding board. Slide that clear over to your left as far as we'll go. Please keep your voice up and answer your question. All right, thank you. Inquiry.
Good morning. Could you please state your name for the record?
Shannon M. Coleman,
And what's your address, Ms. Coleman?
10323 Posh Road, Leesburg, Ohio, 45135.
And are you one of the registered property owners of that address?
Yes.
And if you would just open your book to Plaintiff's Exhibit 1. Did you make contact with Nathan Howland or Nathan Howland doing business as NC Court in an effort to obtain some construction services at that property?
Yes.
And if you would please look at Plaintiff's Exhibit 1, both page 1 and 2. Is this a true and accurate representation of a quote that was prepared along with a contract that was executed between yourself and Mr. Howland?
Yes.
And what was the scope of the work that was to be performed at your residence on Posh Road?
We were supposed to get a 50 by 60 pole barn with one main door, concrete flooring, basic electric, and a 24 by 32 lean-to with a restroom in the back corner, a roof on the house, plumbing to the septic, and a concrete floor.
And what was the total that was to be paid for all of those services?
45,781.
Is that the total listed on the contract?
No.
Sorry. What was the total on the contract for all the services to be done before?
51,597.
Okay.
Is that due to the addition of the garage door? Let's see, that's right on that. That's the difference in the original quote.
Actually, the contract and the original quote are the exact same.
Oh, okay.
Your Honor, yes.
All right.
They're both 51,597.
All right.
And based upon that quote, you did execute this contract with Mr. Howland on February 8th, 2021.
Yes.
And this is, Exhibit 1 is a true and accurate representation of that contract.
Yes.
Okay. Were you required to make a down payment for these services?
Yes. 60%.
Okay. And did you make that payment?
Yes.
If you would flip to the third page, it's labeled as Plaintiff's Exhibit 2-1. Is this a true and accurate representation of the check that you wrote to NC Corp for that down payment?
Yes.
And what was the amount that was requested?
30,958.
Okay. Did Mr. Howland complete any work after he had received this payment?
Yes.
And what work did he complete on the
He put
contract?
the poles in for the building.
Okay. Did he do any work on the home?
Yes.
And if you go back to the second page of the contract listed as Exhibit 1, could you identify the amount that was billed for the roof on the house?
$8,363.
After the roof was completed, did he ask for any additional payments from you?
Yes.
Okay, you turn to Plaintiff's Exhibit 2-2. Is this a true and accurate representation of a check that you issued to Nathan Howland as in C-Corp?
Yes.
And what's the date of this check?
March 24, 2021.
And how much did you give to Mr. Howland that night?
$7,823.
You turn to Plaintiff's Exhibit 2-3. Is this a true and accurate representation of a check that you issued to Mr. Howland doing business as in C-Corp?
Yes.
And what's the date of this check?
April 16, 2021.
And how much did you give to him?
$6,000.
Okay. You would turn to Plaintiff's Exhibit 2-4. Is this a true and accurate representation of a check that you issued to Mr. Howland doing business as in C-Corp?
Yes.
And what's the date of this check?
April 16, 2021.
And how much was that check for?
$1,000.
Okay. And of the 4 checks you gave him, in total, how much money did you give Mr. Howland?
$45,781.
Okay. And at that time, the only portion of the work that had been completed was the roof on your residential home.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. If you could turn to Plaintiff's Exhibit 3. After completing that roof, when did Mr. Howland commence work on the remaining services, the construction of the barn?
We started putting the post in July.
Okay. And was there an issue with him being able to pay for the materials to start the barn?
Yes.
And if you would look at Plaintiff's Exhibit 3-1, is this a true and accurate representation of a check that you wrote to Mickey and Sons Trusses?
Yes.
And when was that check dated?
July 7, 2021.
And how much was that for?
$4,762.40.
And did you issue that check for the purchase of trusses for the construction of the barn?
Yes.
Okay. If you would turn to Plaintiff's Exhibit 3-2, is this a true and accurate representation of a Lowe's credit card statement in your name?
Yes.
And what was the nature of the purchases on this statement?
To buy material to start the siding of the building.
Okay. Was this also material to start setting the posts as
yes.
well? And how much was that purchase?
$6,000.48.
Okay. And those were purchases of materials that were supposed to be covered under the $45,000 you'd already given, correct?
Yes.
But at that point, he admitted he no longer had any of that money.
Yes.
And that's why you had to make these purchases.
Yes.
I have no further questions for this witness, Your Honor.
Okay. Shut down. Further witnesses?
I'd like to call Marcus Burns, Your Honor.
Burton, raise your hand. Some sort of testimony about being the individual who's not like yourself about.
Yes, sir.
That's it, right? That's it, please. Okay, Clark.
Please state your name for the record, Mr. Burns.
Marcus E. Burns.
And what's your address?
102 Foster.
And are you one of the record property owners of that address, 1033 Foster?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And were you aware of the services that were contracted for between Ms. Coleman and Mr. Howland?
Yes, sir.
And the contract, want to put in your vote, previously referenced as Exhibit 1, that's a true and accurate representation of the services that he was to perform at your property, correct? Okay. You want to turn to Plaintiff's Exhibit 4. Ms. Coleman had already previously testified that there was some start on work on the barn in July of 2021. Did you receive a text message from Mr. Howland on July 6th of 2021?
Yes, ma'am.
If you could turn to page 2 of that Exhibit 4. And actually, if you could just flip through the full Exhibit 4 first for me. Is this a true and accurate representation of a group text message that you, Ms. Coleman, and Mr. Howland had regarding the project at your property?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And in specific, page 2, this was a text message you received on July 6th, 2021.
Yes.
And could you just read this text message for the board, please? Page 2, my apologies, of Exhibit 4. It should be at the bottom, they listed as page numbers. My apologies.
All right, page 2.
There you go.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
So first and foremost, I want to say that in the beginning when we was waiting for the first set of trusses, I used that money I shouldn't have, and it's obvious I aren't done, and we canceled. That I was waiting on the next set from the Amish guy, and we canceled that, which I have still not been paid back on from him. But I should have regrouped, and I fell through, which left me holding a bag, and I apologize for that. I want you guys to have the best building that you can have, and I'm just telling you this because I have been just telling you this because I have to get it off my chest. I will never ever speak to you guys for any type of money. I promise you that. I will sell my home before I get you for one single dollar. It's for a single dollar. But I have two different ways that we can do and get your building up by not this Friday, but next. And I'm going to send that over, but it might take a minute to text them. To be honest, I'm too embarrassed to talk on the phone. I'm just trying to be as upfront and honest as I can. At this point, I do not want to lose Marcus' friendship, and I do not want to let him down. If you feel like it has gone too far, I know I have broken trust, especially after this message, but I'm willing to repair the trust and do everything I can do to make this right, and you still get the building you want. Give me a few minutes for both of you respond, so I know you both receive this.
And that message was sent to you by Nathan Allen.
Yes, I heard you.
And in that message, he admits that he no longer had the money that you from Ms. Coleman had paid him up front.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And if you can turn to the next page, which is page 3, did he offer a solution to get the building constructed?
That's what I would say, that's no problem.
Okay, well,
Let's just go ahead.
okay, all right.
He's
So,
in the fault,
okay. So, you worked out a plan where you would pay for the materials and he would still continue to work. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you agreed to that plan?
Yes, sir.
And so, based upon that plan, Ms. Coleman purchased the materials she already tested to the trusses and the other wood, correct?
Correct.
If you could turn to Plaintiff's Exhibit 6. After those materials were purchased, is this a picture of the barn that you took in July of 2021?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
And this is a true and accurate representation of the work that Mr. Allen performed on the barn.
Correct.
And so basically, what did he complete on the barn himself?
Pretty much this set for a long time.
Okay.
The board.
Yeah. But he paid for none of these materials? No. How much time do you think he spent out there doing this?
Well, that is,
Okay. After those posts were set, was there a breakdown in your relationship with Mr. Howland again?
yes.
Yes. And did he end up leaving the project in late July of 2021?
Correct.
You could just turn to Plaintiffs Exhibit 7. Is this a picture that you took, Mr. Burns?
Yes.
And is this a true and accurate representation of the condition of the barn when Mr. Howland left the project?
Correct.
And of the work that was completed from Exhibit 6 to Exhibit 7, how much of that was actually done by Mr. Howland?
Very little, maybe one side did that.
Okay.
Right.
So did you hire other people
Yes.
to come and complete the work?
Yes, sir.
Okay. After late July of 2021, did Mr. Howland ever return to your property to finish any more work with the barn?
No, ma'am.
You want to turn back to Plaintiff's Exhibit 3. I'll let you get back here first. It's about 6 pages in from the front. Start at 3:3. As already testified to, you know that the materials used to get to the position you were at the end of July were paid for by you and Ms. Coleman. Did you have to pay for any additional materials and hire additional labor to complete the barn?
Yes.
Okay. On Plaintiff's Exhibit 3:3, is this a copy of a receipt for services from David Reeves for equipment used to construct the barn?
Correct.
And how much was the value of that cost?
This cost was $800.
Okay. Turn to the next receipt. Is this a true and accurate representation of a receipt from Garber Lumber?
Correct.
And this is materials that you purchased to pay for finishing construction on the barn?
Correct.
And how much was the value that you spent there?
Honestly, $5,066.
I think you're one.
5,856.
25,856.
Yeah.
Yes, it is paid. My apologies. Turn to the next page. Did you have to go to Lowe's and purchase materials as well?
Many times.
Many times. This receipt presented right here, is this a receipt from Lowe's for purchases of materials to complete the barn?
Correct.
And what is the total of that receipt?
I want to say $249.62.
I believe it's 82. It's a little faded as well.
Oh, I'm sorry, 80.
There you go. My apologies. And the next page is another receipt for materials you had to purchase at Lowe's.
Yes.
And what's the total of that receipt?
$29.
Turn to the next page, Plaintiff's Exhibit 3-7. This is another receipt for materials purchased from Lowe's, is that correct?
Yes.
And those were used to complete the construction of the barn?
Correct.
And what's the total for that expenditure?
$164.96.
Turn to the next page, which is Plaintiff's Exhibit 3-8. Are there 2 Lowe's receipts included on this page?
Yes.
And what were the values of the items purchased on those trips?
One price is $24.15. The other price is $161.90.
And that's all materials that you used for completion of the barn construction, okay? You turn to plaintiff's exhibit 3-9. Is this a true and accurate representation of a receipt from Skyline Material Sales?
Correct.
And this was money you paid for materials for the barn? And what materials?
That's like metal, rapidly metal.
Okay, and what was the total that you paid for those materials?
$98,675.
Okay. Turn to the next page, which is exhibit 310. Is this a true and accurate representation of a receipt from Dance Steel and Farm Supply?
Yes.
And did you purchase materials there to help complete construction of the barn?
Yes.
And what was the total value of the materials you purchased?
$263 and 84 cents.
Okay. Turn to the next page, plaintiff exhibit 11. Is this a true and accurate representation of a receipt for materials from Red Creek Construction?
Correct.
And what was the purpose for this purchase?
Cement in the building.
Okay. And that was included under the original contract with Mr.
Yes.
Allen? Okay. And what was the total you paid to Red Creek?
$12,200.
Okay. You turn to plaintiff's exhibit 3-12. Is this a true and accurate representation of a receipt from TCM Seamless Gutters?
Yes, sir.
And this was for what materials for the barn?
For the building outside together.
Okay. And how much did that cost?
$600.
Okay. You turn to plaintiff's exhibit 3-13. Is this a receipt for materials you purchased for the barn?
Yes, sir.
And what was the nature of those materials?
This electric is the nature. Run electric from the house to the building.
And that was part of the original contract with Mr. Mullins?
Yes.
Specifically. And what was the value, what was the amount you had to pay for that?
$898.
Okay. Turn to exhibit 3-14. Is this a true and accurate representation of receipt you received from Ohio Asphaltic Limestone Corp?
Yes, sir.
And what was the nature of this purchase?
This was the start gravel base for the cement
Inside the barn?
inside the barn.
Okay. And what was the total that you had to pay for that?
$306.74.
That's plaintiff's exhibit 3-14, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Turn to plaintiff's exhibit 3-15. Is this a true and accurate representation of a bill you received from Higgins Steel Roofing and Building Materials?
Yes, sir.
And what was the reason that this purchase was made?
This is the purpose of the bathroom and the building inside the building.
Okay. Which was part of the original contract? Okay.
Yes, sir.
And what was the total amount you had to pay for that?
$166.02.
Okay. You can turn to plaintiff's exhibit 3-16. Is this a true and accurate representation of a receipt for services from David Erkenbrecher?
Yes, sir.
And what did you hire Mr. Erkenbrecher for?
To help build the bathroom in the whole barn.
Which was originally
Which was
included.
originally supposed to be in the plan.
Yep. And how much did Mr. Erkenbrecher's services cost?
$150 plus fuel charge.
That's plaintiff's exhibit 3-16.
Yes, sir.
Plaintiff's exhibits 3-17 through 20. You originally testified you went to Lowe's several times. Are these additional receipts from
Yes,
Lowe's? Okay. Plaintiff's exhibit 3-17, is this a receipt for materials you purchased for completion,
Yes,
construction? And what's the value that you spent there?
$87.36.
Okay. And on plaintiff's exhibit 3-19, another receipt from Lowe's at 3-18. The next one, sorry. And is this another receipt from Lowe's?
Yes, sir.
And it's a true and accurate representation of a receipt where you purchased materials for the barn?
Yes, sir.
And what's the total value you spent?
$71.75.
Okay. And plaintiff's exhibit 3-19, is this another receipt from Lowe's?
Yes, sir.
And it's a true and accurate representation of a receipt for materials that you purchased from the barn?
Yes, sir.
And what was the total spent?
It's $717. 1 cent.
Thank you. And on plaintiff's exhibit 3-20, is this another receipts from Lowe's Home Center?
Yes, sir.
And what is the total amount of this receipt?
$192.96.
And that was for purchase of materials to complete farm construction. Okay. And then finally, on plaintiff's exhibit 3-21, is this a true and accurate representation of a receipt that you received from Mr. Erkenbrecher?
Yes, sir.
And what was the nature of this expenditure?
Part of the bathroom.
Okay.
It's $450.
Okay. And that's what we paid Mr. Erkenbrecher for services to complete the bathroom inside the barn?
Yes, sir.
If you add all of these receipts up, is the total paid for materials and other labor and services to complete the barn $52,552.43?
Yes.
And that's money paid to people other than Nathan Allen or for materials purchased?
Yes, sir.
In the back of your book, Your Honor, there is a letter marked Plaintiff's Exhibit 8. You want to turn it back to your book as well, Mr. Burns. Is this a letter that you requested my office send to Mr. Allen at NC Corp requesting return of the money you paid him?
Yes, sir.
And is it dated September 21st, 2021?
Yes, sir.
And as of today, have you ever received any of the money back that you paid Mr. Allen for any of the work that he was supposed to perform?
No, ma'am.
I have no further questions for this witness, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, any further witnesses?
No, Your Honor, I would just ask that the court enter into evidence plaintiff's exhibits 1 through 8 as presented to the court.
Very good. And then also ask the summary damages that you provided in the book.
Yes,
So
sure.
that again, the total cost of exhibit 2 was $47,118 and the 9618.
Yes, that would be the total amount of damages for payments made in excess of what the original contract price called for.
As far as the request for attorney fees, based on fraud claim,
Yes, Your Honor, and also based upon a request for any punitive or exemplary damages under Ohio Revised Code Section 2315.21B3, considering that we filed a claim for conversion for the exertion of dominion and control over the $37,118 that Mr. Allen has retained possession of, even though he's been requested to pay it back.
any further?
No, Your Honor.
All right. The court has found that the defendant is in default as all claims, both defendants are involved, and the court award judgment and damages against both defendants in this period. And also for the business in NC Court, was the primary person involved in that, and also was the one who was acting after the reasons. So, when certain judgment for damages in the amount of $37,118 as outlined in Exhibit 2, $9,618 presented outlined in Exhibit 3. Costs to be awarded, I'm not really looking on that, but those are probably not $200, probably less, it's more, whatever it is, for judgment for costs. Jury fees will be awarded around $1,500. With regard to damages, there's a question that this work is saying why. Appears that this is an unfortunate situation on contract. They don't have enough money to start out or else, so they have to get big payment up front, which in my experience is always a red flag. And It's always better to business if you can, with contractors, and what depending on that, whether it's more stable, on the other hand, hard to get somebody to do this, do per now, is hard it is, so, you know, you don't often have that luxury, so, yeah, it appears that his biggest problem is he's, got in over his head and he's looking keep up. But he did do some things that, misleading, so I'll award, punitive damages on that. So the total judgment, $53,136.03 plus costs. I'm sorry, wait, 48,436, or 236 plus 5,000, so that'd be 53,236.43 plus cost. And interest. It won't be post-judgment interest because this is not a contract claim, it's a definitive balance that is due, unpaid. And be covered by this proceeding, so post-judgment interest. If you prepare judgment entries, that or email that to Mrs. Lawyer, and then I'll sign that files and you get over it. Okay, you got everything you need?
I believe so.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Please rise. We don't have anything till 11 if you need to sit and talk for a while, or if you want to use the witness room. Okay.